Hey guys,
How you doing?
welcome back.
How you feeling? It's
Doing okay.
Yeah,
Welcome back to the cooler, guys.
guys. I hope you're relaxed right now. You know, if you have a little, if you're busy with things today, take a second, sit on the couch, just relax,
Listen in.
enjoy the cooler for a little bit.
Welcome to it.
Welcome to it.
We're listening to WDOM 91.3 FM, Providence College Radio, guys.
It feels good to be back here.
It feels really good. I'm happy to be here.
Second week doing
Yeah.
this.
I was really excited.
like veterans at this point.
I feel like we could run the whole joint.
I mean, the way this headset is sitting on me right now, I feel
Professional.
yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our second week, but the first week of us actually knowing what we're doing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The real question is, do we ever know what we're doing?
Who knows?
The answer's no.
Anyway, so we have a guest here
We sure do.
today. We have a very, very, very good friend of mine.
Sure.
He hails from many places.
He
hails
hails.
from many places.
Okay.
But my friend Jalen, welcome.
Yo.
Welcome
Oh,
to the
oh my goodness.
welcome to the show.
Welcome to the cooler, Jalen.
Welcome to the
yes.
cooler.
Thank you.
Our-
First time guest, long time viewer.
Oh, God. For reference, Jalen's also the best because he uploaded our last show on YouTube. If you want to listen to if you're just yearning to hear the cooler from last week and you missed it, or you just need to hear it again,
Yeah.
it's on YouTube because of Jalen.
Yeah.
So thanks to that.
No problem.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jalen. Yeah, I mean, he's honestly a part of the cooler at this point.
Oh, yeah, I mean, basically an unofficial official member.
Yeah, you know. Jalen, how does it feel to be at Providence?
It's always a nice experience to be at Providence, you know.
Yeah.
For reference.
We just got to wave.
Oh yeah, we just gotta
It's
wait.
Yeah, we did.
Such a friendly environment over here in Providence compared to
isn't
where I'm
it?
from.
Jalen does not go to PC.
I do
No,
not.
no, he does not. Jalen, where do you go?
I go to Millersville in Pennsylvania.
Millersville,
Wow.
Pennsylvania. Wow, what's it like over there? Is it
It's a whole bunch of farmland.
farmland?
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's a whole nothing to do over there.
Wow. Well, we're here to plug Providence College.
That's true. That's kind of our whole job.
Yeah, so you know, you're just making the school look better. So thank you
try,
for
I try.
that. Geez,
Yeah.
how was your week?
I'd say my week was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How-
I feel
what
like
happened?
what even happened this week? I was super overwhelmed middle of the week, but you know, when am I not? I was super overwhelmed. Got through that. I feel like I just had a pretty good week. Not a lot happened. Pretty uneventful. It's a long weekend. I'm
no
really
one's here.
excited. No one, guys, no one's here. It's my favorite thing in the world. I love when this college campus is empty. It feels so peaceful. And like, I was on duty last night because I'm an RA, and it was glorious. I was in McDermott, which is a freshman boys dorm. We didn't have a single report. I think I spoke to maybe one person. It was great. It's so peaceful. It's so nice. It's also a big day in my family. I'm doing it now. Yeah.
What? She's doing it
I'm
now?
doing now.
We talked about this
We
before
did.
the show, so
Guys,
we're doing it now.
It's my dad's birthday. So,
Happy birthday.
hi, Dad. Happy birthday. You looking so good, nice and 29. So young. We don't have Spotify hooked up right now, so we can't play Happy Birthday, but we will. It's my dad's birthday. I'm not home right now. The rest of my family is home.
Does he have any plans for his?
Well, there's
his
certainly
birthday?
festivities in the works, but it's under wraps right now because my parents are out to lunch right now, and my siblings are home, fiending, of course. My dad said thanks. You're so welcome. I love my dad, guys. This is a big day. I'm sorry I can't be home,
Guys,
but
can we just have a second? real quick
for sure.
To wish Lucia's father a happy birthday.
Can you play this song?
Okay.
Play this one.
What song should we? It's my dog. What
Do
is
you know
it?
that song? It's my dog's birthday. It's a great
No,
song.
Really?
I think it's by like T-Pain. I think.
I really pulled up.
I don't know if it's explicit.
That would be important to know. Oh, it is.
Oh.
It is.
Okay, the premise of the song, it's my dog's birthday.
Yeah.
We can do whatever we want. It's a great song. Not appropriate for the ears of the young ones.
No. Because we have a lot of
the young viewers out there are really they're
fans.
in it.
Yeah. Very impressionable.
Yeah.
Very impressionable fan base.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Happy birthday to him.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had a good week.
I did. It was really a good one. I went to the mall this morning. Super overwhelming trip at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
I was there with Care Package, a longtime listener of the show as well. And we went to the mall, and we were in a Macy's, and there were a lot of screaming children, like, and uncomfortable. Like, we were getting super overwhelmed. Like, we were at the cash register checking out, kids screaming, kids on the floor.
On the loose.
Yeah, and the mother was, like, there. She was around.
Wow.
And I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So, super overwhelming trip to the mall. But, overall successful. Not for me, but for others. I wasn't really there for anything. But,
wow.
yeah, it's been a pretty good day. Pretty good
Wow.
week. How was your week, Reggie?
Jalen,
how you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of tired. That's
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah.
True.
Well, let's get into why I think maybe both of us are tired. We had an eventful night.
Yeah, we had a long
last
night
night.
last night.
We had an eventful night. Yeah.
You really?
Yeah.
On a third? Well, no, it was a Friday.
It was a Friday. That's where it happens.
How was your Friday?
Yeah, that's a fun question, isn't
What'd
it?
you guys do?
Well, we went to a haunted house.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
Seekonk, Massachusetts.
Where'd you go, like Scary Acres or whatever?
Feartown, maybe I think it's
Oh,
called.
goodness.
Yeah.
I hate haunted houses.
Little plug. Why?
I can't blame you.
Why?
I don't like being scared.
You
It's so
don't
not
like
it for
being
me.
Scared.
No. Scary movies? No. Haunted
Mm-hmm.
houses? No. I love Halloween because I like to dress up. I like to eat free candy. Scary things? Not it for me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't like haunted houses?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
To be honest, I wasn't. This was both Jalen and I our first time experiencing, haunted houses.
Sure.
And I thought I could handle it. I thought I was gonna be fine.
Did you cry like a baby?
Well, I'll get into that. First off, right?
Yeah.
When I watch horror movies, I don't get scared too easily from it. I'm like, this isn't real. I'm not really, I don't get jumped from it. I'm just like, oh, it's whatever, right? And I carry that mindset yesterday.
Bad idea.
Yeah. And before we went there, we were with my wonderful girlfriend, Molly Kerr.
Is Molly listening to me?
I don't think so.
Molly, hop
She's
on.
busy.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
We can get her on the show.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start having beef with her if she doesn't
Or, like,
listen.
Weekly check-ins to see if Molly's listening.
Yeah. I expect her to show up.
So back to what I was saying. So before we went there, we went to what is it, Spirit Halloween, right,
Yeah,
to
went
get
to
a
the mall.
costume. And
Oh, you
throughout
went in costumes?
we did.
Not much luck for one of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, I didn't get any costumes. I couldn't find anything.
Just a reminder that you guys are listening to WDOM 91.3, Providence College Radio, FM.
I gotta do that every 15
Every
minutes.
15 minutes, 417. Carry
Oh
on.
yeah.
Sorry.
Anyways.
Yep.
So at the Spirit Halloween, they have like little booby traps set up throughout the store, and if you step on it, like little spiders jump at you.
In the store?
In the store, yeah, and it got me a lot, and I was like, we
You
have
were
a haunted house to
anticipating
go
it,
to.
too.
I was anticipating it. I was like, this is gonna scare me, and it still scared
Did
me.
you like scream at the Spirit Halloween?
I didn't scream at the Spirit Halloween, but I
don't believe
did
you.
scream at the haunted house. So later on, as Jalen and I and Molly were going there, we were both like calculating how it would go, right? Like, in theory, who would get scared the most if this was a horror movie? Who's dying first?
Oh.
Your typical horror movie shenanigans.
And it was the three of you.
Yeah.
I'd love to know the verdict on every one of these questions.
Well, we consider Jalen the witty one of the group, the funny one, and they usually always
You're
die
out
first.
first,
He's
man.
dying
See,
immediately.
I think I'm the funny one in the group.
So then you're probably out
But
first.
not we're not in the same groups. That's
We're
the
not.
issue.
That's true.
That's true.
We'll die together.
It's done. It's just we're out of here.
Yeah. So, and then I'm the boyfriend. And the boyfriend always dies.
Always.
The boyfriend always
Because the
dies.
boyfriend's always like the most annoying person in the world.
Yeah, of course. Obviously.
So Molly's main character moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it didn't really play out like that when we got there.
No.
So
You forgot to mention the people next to us, in the car next to us, that
Oh,
were more of a main character than
yeah.
us.
It was like the car next to us, it was just a group full of teenagers.
Ew.
Like
Sorry.
up to no good. And that's usually how it goes in horror movies.
True. Very Scooby-Doo vibes.
Very Scooby-Doo vibes. So when we get there, we get into the first house, right? And so to preface, right?
Mhm.
Molly's leading the way.
Of course.
I'm like grabbing onto Molly like a shield.
She's little. You could throw her. You could.
Yeah,
Yikes.
bear in mind, Molly's like 5'2".
Yeah, she's a little gal.
Yeah. And so I was jumping at everything. Jalen was
Now,
also.
I was in the front of the pack for the first house.
You were at the
For
front of the pack
a
for the
gun-
first
A
house.
certain amount of
Yeah, we
So,
all switched out here
yeah.
and there.
Okay.
But anyways, so one part in particular, which was notable. So I was leading away this time, right? Molly was behind me, and Jalen was behind Molly. A guy with a chainsaw comes, right? He's got a chainsaw, right? It sounds crazy, but it's a haunted house. He's got a chainsaw. He's
Okay.
whipping it around,
Okay.
right?
As
He
one does.
is approaching Jalen.
Now, this is all alleged, by the way, because I don't remember any of this happening.
So this is
I don't.
no. It was he
Were
was.
we-
I think it was no. We were yeah.
Okay,
Everyone
This
everyone was
happened.
high on adrenaline.
Now,
That was
Okay.
happening.
What
Okay.
happens next, I don't remember happening at all.
So basically, right, Jalen pulls Molly back and then grabs onto me. And Molly's trying to like grab onto Jalen, but like
Who's in front? Hold on.
I'm in front.
Reggie's in front. Molly, then Jalen.
Yeah.
Jalen pulls Molly.
Yeah.
Jalen tries to pull Reggie.
No, he latches onto me and we're gone. I didn't realize Molly was
The
pulled behind.
guy
The
the
man with the
chainsaw
chainsaw.
grabs you.
No.
No, he's coming at us. The guy with the
He's
chainsaw
coming
coming
at us.
at
He's
us.
behind
okay,
us.
Okay.
He is behind us.
Alrighty then.
Right?
Yeah.
He's behind us. I'm in front, right? Jalen's at the end. He's like at the verge of meeting this guy with the chainsaw. He's following us, right?
Oh, he's following you.
Yeah, he's behind us.
Why did I thought he was coming at you?
Jalen pulls Molly back.
Okay.
So Molly's at the wrath of this guy with the chainsaw. And Jalen latches onto me. And Molly's like, Jalen, wait. And then I'm like, wait, what just happened? And the chainsaw guy, bless his heart, saw the opportunity and was just like all over Molly with the chainsaw.
Oh my goodness gracious.
It was like out of a horror movie.
Did she scream?
Everyone was screaming.
Yeah.
So it maybe, but it got drowned out.
Fair. Oh, I would have been so scared.
Yeah, but overall it was fun. It was my first haunted house. Real scary.
Was it a real chainsaw?
No. I
I
mean,
hope not.
the spikes weren't there. But definitely made the sounds. Definitely you could feel. Oh yeah.
Terror.
Yeah. No. It was definitely something. Lucia, how long do you think you would last in a horror movie?
I have some points at why I would be the first one dead.
You have points.
Okay. I agree. I feel like I'm one of the funnier characters in any movie. I feel like I'm the comic relief often, and I feel like comic relief's either there the whole time or none of the time. The difference is I'm not the stereotypical movie star moment. Kind of my look is not that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, So I think that I would be gone immediately. Fat girl's out of there so soon.
So
And I love the representation, but I just think I'd be dead in about a minute and a half.
you tripping? Like what's happening? You running then tripping on like a stick?
Oh,
And
I'm
then
sure
get
they would
you?
make the trope being like she just can't run fast enough. Except I'm a pretty fast runner.
Yeah?
I used to run. I'm a pretty fast runner, but I'm sure that would be how I die in any given movie everyone's just running and it's like, oh, there she goes eating a sandwich or something. in the background.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sure like Trip like trying to pull out like a candy bar or something. Like that's how they would make it seem. But in logistics, in like true like actual fashion, I feel like if it weren't like Hollywood scenario, I think I'd make it kind of far.
Really?
I'm pretty resourceful, I think. Like, well, I might be like biting my tongue. Because I'm like, I think I could make it far enough. Like, I'd get really scared, but I think I'd be able to hide places or like, part of me is like, I feel like I could outsmart any insane person actually trying to kill me because I think I'm a pretty intelligent person. And I'm envisioning that any serial killer, this is my downfall. I'm thinking that I'm much smarter than them, but if they're really plotting out trying to kill a lot of people, they've probably figured this out before. They have the things in place, and I'm just thinking that I'm going to win.
Right.
But I don't know how true that is.
Well, you know, I feel like I personally, I thought I could last in a horror movie.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I went to a haunted house where I realized I would not survive there at all. I mean, throughout the whole time, I was just saying that I'm definitely not surviving a horror movie.
Yeah.
I just know it.
Yeah.
I no shame in it too. I think it's something to be honest about.
Now here's a question.
Yeah.
That my dad just posed in our group chat as my whole family is, you know, pushing in.
God bless.
He says that I would last longer in a zombie movie, and I think I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think, because I mean those are two completely different places to be at, but I think like an apocalypse style, I think I would thrive. What do you guys?
Well, I feel with apocalypse, you just gotta be smart.
Yeah.
Like, just don't let the zombie get. Because a horror movie, there's more factors into play. Because you don't know what type of killer it is or what they're doing.
That's very true.
But with the zombie, you just gotta be faster than them or smarter. Smarter.
Yeah, and they're not thinking things through. Like zombies,
Exactly.
they're like they're going. They got brains on the brain, you know. That they have whatever. They're going. They're one track mind. I'm like, I think I could make it pretty far. Yeah.
Do you have, what is your favorite genre of movies?
Oh gosh.
Jalen, what about you? Favorite genre?
Comedy guy.
Comedy movies.
Comedy?
Good rom-com every now and then.
I was just about to say rom-coms. I love rom-coms. Like, I'm talking 2007, Jennifer Garner, like, some kind of classic stuff like that. Like, oh, I just love it. Like, the cheesy 2000s, like Valentine's Day, maybe one of my favorite movies of all time. It's not that good of a movie, but I just love it.
Okay.
Also, like, I've said this last week. I think any movie could be pitched as a rom-com in some sense.
That is true.
And I love that. Like, there's always some aspect of romance, you know?
Yeah, no, fair enough. Guys,
Yeah.
real quick, don't mean to cut you off.
No, please.
But like any show, we gotta stay afloat.
You sure do.
And one way to stay afloat is through a couple advertisements. So guys, if you're listening to the lovely people at home, grab something to drink. Get a nice
Get a
hot
snack.
chocolate. Get some chocolate. Get some hot
Ooh.
chocolate. You know?
Hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lie down on the couch.
Mhm.
You know, it's been a long week.
Yeah,
Been a long week. Let's enjoy the Saturday.
for sure.
I'm gonna play some ads and we'll be right back, everybody.
El código postal en el que naces puede dictar tu futuro. Si este bebé hubiera nacido un poco más lejos, la probabilidad de que abandone la escuela aumentaría. Si naciera a 5 millas más, su probabilidad de experimentar crímenes violentos es aún mayor. Pero en la próxima ciudad, su probabilidad de una vida más próspera mejora. En la Y, nuestros programas ayudan a todos los niños a prosperar, sin importar de dónde vengan. Apoya a tu Y local en ymca.net/forabetterus.
If you or someone you know lives with epilepsy, be aware of an uncommon but fatal complication called sudden unexpected death in epilepsy, also known as SUDEP. It is the sudden unexpected death of a person with epilepsy who is otherwise healthy. Each year, SUDEP kills 1 in 1,000 adults with epilepsy and 1 in 4,500 children with epilepsy. The American Academy of Neurology and the American Epilepsy Society have released a new medical guideline to help patients, families, and caregivers better understand SUDEP and its risk factors. A high risk factor is generalized tonic-clonic seizures that involve the entire body. The guideline shows that reducing the number of tonic-clonic seizures could lower the risk of SUDEP. If you have epilepsy, it is important that you talk with your neurologist. To learn more about SUDEP, visit aan.com/guidelines. That's aan.com/guidelines.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Getting support from friends online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
Instead of smoking after I ate, I'd get up and take a walk.
I missed having a cigarette in my hand, so I'd hold a pen or a straw, anything.
Until I knew I wouldn't give in to temptation, I spent more time with my friends who didn't smoke.
I went to places that were smoke-free.
I didn't stay quit the very first time I tried.
I kept on trying, and I learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
I quit.
I quit.
I quit.
We did it, so can you.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
November 4th and 11th are the International Days of Prayer for the Persecuted Church. Rabbi Yechiel Eckstein, founder and president of the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, recently visited Jordan to deliver humanitarian aid to Christian refugees who had escaped persecution in Iraq. Here's his message of hope to those refugees.
I am here on behalf of our fellowship partners, 1.5 million Christians and Jews around the world. And I am saying to you, hold on to hope, and we will be walking side by side with you during this period.
The fellowship joins the international community in praying for persecuted Christians and Jews throughout the world. Find out how you can help at ifcjhelp.org. That's ifcjhelp.org. November 4th and 11th are the International Days of Prayer for the Persecuted Church. Rabbi Yechiel Eckstein, founder and president of the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, recently visited Jordan to deliver humanitarian aid to Christian refugees who had escaped persecution in Iraq. Here's his message of hope to those refugees.
I am here on behalf of our fellowship partners, 1.5 million Christians and Jews around the world. And I am saying to you, hold on to hope, and we will be walking side by side with you during this period.
The fellowship joins the international community in praying for persecuted Christians and Jews throughout the world. Find out how you can help at ifcjhelp.org. That's ifcjhelp.org.
Hey guys, you're back listening to The Cooler, WDOM 91.3 FM, Providence College Radio. You got Veg and Cheese, Reggie and Lucia. How we doing? And we have our special guest, Jalen, of course.
How are we feeling?
I felt so official right there. Sorry, I just needed to acknowledge that.
Well,
Very
I
nice
feel
to
really
hear this.
official having Jalen as a guest.
Yeah.
You know?
This is a fancy moment for us.
I mean, how many shows could have a guest on, you know, in their second episode?
A lot.
I mean, technically, yes, a lot.
I feel like people had guests on their first episode.
Maybe.
Probably.
They remember the people before us did?
Did they?
Because, like, the mom, like, knocked on the door. It was like,
Oh,
let
well,
my
that
kid
was
in.
crazy.
That was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Yeah, well, luckily campus is really dead today.
Yeah,
So no one's coming in to this one, maybe, hopefully. But speaking of campus, though, there's a few things happening
There sure
this
is.
weekend. Cheese, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Please. Sorry, I'm just, like, playing with the mic thingy. I'm so curious. Anyway, what's going on campus, guys? We got, right now, in this very second, if you are on Providence College campus, please feel free to take a minute and go to the volleyball versus Creighton 4:30 p.m. in the Mulaney Gym.
Yeah.
Watch some volleyball.
Oh, some good old volleyball.
Tonight, there's also a skate night from 9:30 to 11:30 p.m. in Schneider Arena. I have always wanted to go to one of these skate nights. It's when they open up the hockey arena and let like free skate. And I can't go tonight. I'm going out and about in the town.
I'm awful at skating.
I'm not good either, but
I'm absolutely awful.
I just really want. I'm gonna go eventually because they open them up sometimes.
Wow. I have numerous video evidence.
I feel like Molly would be really good at skating.
Maybe.
She seems like she's lighting her feet. Jalen, you good at skating?
I went once in second grade and haven't been since. I can't remember how well I did at all.
Oh goodness! Like,
I would love to do it again, but
I loved doing it as a kid. I just feel like I'm not good. My best friend, who I don't think is listening, but if you are, hi Laura. She's coming into the pod on October 22nd.
Wow, we have a date for that.
We do. Well, she's sleeping over, so.
Oh, God bless. Yeah.
She's really good at skating, and it's overwhelming because she would always be like, "Let's go skating together," but she's like sneaky good. Like she has horrible coordination, but then she's like great at skating. So, yeah.
Wow.
That's what's going on campus right now.
Exciting.
Here's a question.
Go on.
What are your thoughts on like skating dates?
Mm.
Because I think they're romantic in theory, but completely impractical.
I agree. Well, I think it's only romantic if they both know what they're doing.
Right? Or if they both really don't.
But if they really suck, that could be a fun experience, like a fun little bonding thing. Honestly, wait. That's actually a good date. I'll tell you why it's a good date.
Completely changed your perspective in about 35 seconds.
I'll tell you why it's a good date.
Okay.
Because I feel like it provides an opportunity for you to see their character. Especially if they're not good.
That's why I think it would be a terrible date.
But I think that's a good date though, because if you want to be with somebody, right, you want to see what they're really like, you know. So like if they're like messing up and they're like kind of being mean to you about it, it's like, ooh, you know, if they're feeling like this in ice skating, then God knows.
That's fair. But here's my problem.
Go on.
If I'm falling on my butt and I'm skating around and I'm supposed to be on like a romantic, cute date with someone, I'm going to be so upset. My butt's going to hurt. I'm going to be embarrassed. It's going to be cold on the ice. And I'm going to just be like, oh. But then also I'm like, oh, it'd be so cute. You like hold hands and like, but if like the person I'm with is like a lot better at skating than me, I am going to be crushed.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, not to derail the skating conversation, but this is kind of reminding me of like the concept of mini golf and my thoughts on mini golfs as dates.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, goodness gracious. I think it's a great idea for any normal person, but it's a terrible idea for me.
Wow. Why is it terrible for you?
Here's the deal.
Strap in, people.
Yeah. For those who watch Scrubs, as in my siblings, that was a little bit of a Scrubs reference from the 2000s. Anyway, great show. I love mini golf. My family loves mini golf. We're incredibly competitive when it comes to mini golf. And I was raised with my people were good at mini golf or you're not. And so therefore, when I'm doing mini golf, I'm either going to be a really sore loser. Like if I'm on a date and they're doing better than me, I'm going to be so upset about it. But if I'm on a date and I'm doing better than them, I'm going to be such a sore winner. I'm going to be like, haha, you stink. I'm great.
Wow.
Live, love, mini golf. Like,
it's intense.
It's a terrible, terrible thing. I'm also looking at Carrie out there through the glass, and I'm sure she's just laughing at me right now because I just don't think I don't think I'd do well.
I think mini golf is a great date overall, you know. I think it's fun in a little competitive way, you know, but it's still wholesome at the same time, you know. Do you guys have what is the worst place to go on a date in your opinion that you feel like?
Movies. 100%
really?
Movies. Could you just sit in there in silence? You just gotta pay attention to the movie.
Dinner in a movie?
I mean,
Because I feel like those
sure.
are always a combo.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
still feel like movies is not the move.
What is okay? Now are we talking like first dates or are we talking like 15th dates? Like we're talking like introduction kind of vibe, or like just overall how we feeling about dates.
I was thinking first with
I was
movies.
thinking introduction wise.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about I've only been on like a couple of first dates in my life. And they've all been like fine. I went on a first date once and it was great, but he took me to a very fancy restaurant and he ordered like a $200 steak at this restaurant. And it was a great guy. I love Fred. Shout out to Fred. There's no way you're listening. But it was a great date.
Imagine
but it was
if
just
he was.
I would die. I would love that. That would make me so happy. I still talk to Fred sometimes. We talk about like Formula One racing, which is a thing that I watch.
Okay.
You know, cars driving fast. But we just went on this really fancy date, and it was like just too fancy for me. Like you could bring me to a Chipotle. We could be sitting outside, you know, eating in the dirt. It was just really fancy, and I was like, it's too much right now for a first date. And it was like over a $200 meal.
Was this like in high school?
This was freshman year of college.
Oh.
And I had like met him on a dating app. I wasn't ready for it. It was great food though. But that was still a great. I can't think of any like bad dates I've ever been on. Not that I'm saying that as if I've been on a lot of them. I really haven't.
Right.
I'm very lame.
Wow. Okay. Well, you know, I feel like I kind of understood where Jalen was coming from in the movies thing.
But we talked about this last week.
We did?
You said like.
Well, that was like if you don't want to be like alone in a movie theater, right?
How you feeling about that one?
I feel like watching a movie alone.
If you'd prefer, just as a preface for everyone listening, question we had last week was whether or not you'd prefer to eat alone at a restaurant or watch a movie theater alone.
Yeah, definitely
by
eat alone.
yourself.
Definitely eat alone.
What's wrong with you guys?
No, because you gotta think because you're eating alone. You know, that's the time to yourself. You can do what you want and go on your phone, listen to music while you're eating. But the movie, that's just so much pressure. You're walking into the theater by yourself, and you gotta think about now. You gotta preset where you want to sit. So now you're sitting somewhere where a group of people can't sit because you just took a seat from them. And especially if it's a bad movie, that they're just out of luck now.
Okay, but here's my thing. When I go to a restaurant, like you're going out to dinner, I'm going for the ambiance. I'm going for the idea that I'm not just like sitting in my room or like my house eating food. So if I'm going for the ambiance, like I don't want to be sitting there on my phone.
Well, you gotta be more, when you're eating alone, like a restaurant, depends on the restaurant. Like you're going like to a sit down restaurant. Yes, that's gonna be a lot worse.
But isn't that the intention? Like a sit down restaurant?
Well, no, because I'm thinking like you can do like a fast food place where you're sitting alone.
But I don't think that's what the
The
point
intention was the restaurant.
Oh, so it's a restaurant.
You're like sitting down. There's a waiter coming to you saying, "What do you want to eat?"
Then yes, that's worse. Sitting down in a
thank
restaurant,
you.
sitting down in a restaurant by yourself is a lot worse than seeing a movie alone.
Reggie thinks it's better than going to a movies.
That is wrong.
I agree. You're being attacked.
You're gonna be a lot more judged if you're sitting alone at a restaurant than you are at a movie theater, because
Right?
nobody's gonna know at the movie
Because they're
theater.
gonna look at you and be like, "Who is this poor boy in a little Yankees hat sitting by himself?" That's so depressing.
Here's the thing, right? You know, I personally don't see the problem with it. You know,
You're crazy? Did you know that?
no, but it's like, you know, I don't think it's that big of a deal. You know, movie theater, it's like everyone's there with somebody. You know, and you can say the same thing about a restaurant, sure. You know, but you know, I mean, you know, you don't really know why the person is there alone. Maybe there's some reason. Maybe someone's like, "Oh my God, they got stood up." Blah blah blah.
That's so pathetic. If you're looking at someone,
I
being
feel
like,
bad about
you're feeling bad for them.
I'd
You're
feel
looking
bad
at
for them,
someone
but I
else and
wouldn't think
feeling
they
bad
suck.
for them.
I wouldn't think
I
they
don't want someone
suck.
to feel bad for me. That's so sad.
But then you're just putting it in perspective. You're getting a lot more judged at a restaurant, even if they think you're being stood up, if you're at the movie
You're being
theaters,
judged.
nobody's going to realize you're alone. It's dark. They're watching the movie. They're talking to whoever they are with if they're doing that.
Exactly.
They're
And
not
looking around.
Exactly. They're not going to judge you like you're at a restaurant. Oh, if he got stuff, they'll either feel bad for you or make fun of you. Or the waiters, they're going to talk about you, make bets on you. Oh, how long's it going to last?
Literally, they're going to make bets.
Wow.
Exactly.
They're gonna be like,
so in
feel
depth.
so... There's a Friends episode about this. They're going to be like...
Really?
Yeah,
Good episode.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You fan of
Big
Friends?
Friends guy.
Okay. Wow. See, like, it was a whole thing. Like, they're going to... It's so depressing getting, like, stood up. And they're going to assume the worst. But if you're saying, like, table for one, I'm sure that the waiter's sitting there being like, who is this sad person who can't find a single person to go out to dinner with?
Oh my god.
That's so depressing.
I don't know, what if the food's just like really good? You just want to have the food.
Then order it out.
You can't find a single person to eat a meal with.
What if you don't want to like eat with somebody? What if you just want to have the food? You know, just have it there.
And why just not take it out?
Well,
Take it
like,
home with
what
you.
if you don't want to do that? You know. Anyways, guys, you're listening to WDOM 91.3. It's the cooler with veg and cheese. Guys, now I have a little segment for us. Okay.
With it. Yeah, I'm ready.
I got a little segment for us. So the game is
it's
called...
a game?
Yes.
Good God, he's prepared.
The game is called overrated or underrated.
Oh boy.
And basically I'm gonna choose a certain word or something like that. You tell me whether or not this thing is overrated or if it's underrated.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Oh, that was a big breath.
Let's get some hold on.
Get like Jeopardy in here or something.
Hold on. Let's get some sounds right now to
All right.
Oh, okay. That's not gonna work. Oh yeah. The beach.
Oh.
Is the beach overrated or underrated?
Can it be just rated enough?
Yeah.
No. You have to choose one or other. That's the whole point of the game.
I feel like
ridiculous.
then
causes
by that the beach itself overrated, but like you got like a beach, what's it called, beach walk with it, and that's different. Cause I feel like the beach itself.
We're talking about the beach itself.
Beach itself not worth it. Overrated.
Completely underrated. I've had some of my best memories of my life on a beach. I love beaches. Do we go into detail or that's just it?
No.
We just tell our point?
Go into detail. Why?
Oh, well, do you want to go first?
Why do you think the beach is overrated, Jalen?
I feel like there's nothing to do there.
Oh my goodness
And
gracious.
all right, well, also this
could
comes
never
from
be
a
more
person
wrong.
who can't swim.
You can't swim?
I can't swim.
This isn't a fair question. This is rigged. You don't know how to swim?
I don't. I've had
Oh.
2 near-death experiences.
Really?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
My goodness.
Wow.
God.
You have experience and not knowing how to swim. That is insane.
Yikes.
Neither of them were my fault, by the way.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine.
All right. You need to talk to someone?
What?
No. Just
I mean, it's been talked about before.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Did you know this?
He told me, I mean, I forgot about the fact that you didn't know how to swim, but I remember one of the stories he told me about you and your cousin Yasir.
Shouts out if you're watching this. Doubt it.
Shouts out.
You guys were younger, right?
Yes.
And he was, I don't know if he caught a cramp or something. He started pulling you in
No,
with
that
him.
was we were trying to learn how to swim. And he said he wants to swim from one end to the deep end to the other. And that was his last resort with floaties if he started to go down.
For sure.
He started to go down. But he decided instead of grabbing a float, he wanted to take me with him. So he grabbed me, and then we both started going down.
This is like in the ocean? Or is this
No,
a
it's in the
pool?
pool.
That's still scary.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Like, what, 2011? So what?
Oh.
You were young.
10
years
9,
ago?
yeah.
11 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Good God.
That
is scary.
That is rough. Okay, so maybe not the best, not the best one for you, Jalen. Cheese.
Yeah. What's up?
Tell me.
Yeah.
Why
the beach is the best thing ever?
Because I feel like the beach isn't really the best thing ever.
Well, you feel wrong. Okay.
Go on.
I was raised going to Maine every single year, going to the beach. I think the beach is the best place to bring children. It's the most versatile place in the world. You can have entire days with kids on the beach. You can have romantic dates on the beach. you could do anything on the beach. People get proposed to on the beach. Like, it's great. I have gone from I think the beach is one of the very few things that I have gone from, like, in my infancy, my childhood, loving the beach to truly loving it as an adult as well. Like, it has stuck with me in some type of way my entire life. Like, I just adore it. And I think, like, when I was a kid, sandcastles, swimming, so good. Like, you can make moats. My family's big on digging holes. We dig these huge holes, so deep, and you just sit in the holes all day long. Gotta love that. I'm an adult. You just sit and read on the beach. It's so peaceful, so calming. Listen to the ocean, feeling the sand in your toes.
You're saying a lot of great things right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds wonderful.
I love the beach. Like, you can sit and, like, if you go to the beach at night and you, like, lay a towel down, like, the beach that I go to in Maine, for some reason, there's, like, always meteor showers there, and, like, you can go, at night, like, 11 o'clock at night, and we go to a really small, like, it's a public beach, but, like, no one lives in that town, so, like, there's no one there, so you can go, like, 11:30 at night, there's no street lights, you can, like, look up, and you can see, like, meteor showers and the stars, and it's just so beautiful and magical. And I absolutely adore it. Highly recommend. But you guys are both, like, far away from good beaches.
Yeah. I mean, the experiences that I've had at beaches, they're okay. They're good. But I still feel like beaches are a little bit overrated. I mean, comfort-wise, I feel like you get there, you want to go in the water, there's shells.
You're going to the
ground.
wrong beaches.
Yeah, apparently I'm going to the wrong beaches.
Yeah.
The only time I would say beaches are fun when the waves are, like, really, really good. You know? Yeah. Otherwise, not a huge fan of the beaches. Would prefer pools.
Have you ever, I don't know if this is a controversial question, but have you ever been in, like, a different state at the beach?
A different state at the beach? What do you mean?
Like, having some, like, fun spicy drinks and whatnot?
No.
Oh, gosh.
And I feel like that would be even worse.
I think I know you're incorrect.
Even worse.
I know that you're wrong.
Even.
I feel like it'd be even worse, honestly. I would not want to be, like, drunk in the sun. That sounds not good at all.
Drunk in the ocean, though? Like, not swimming,
That
but
sounds
you're
dangerous.
standing there.
That sounds
you're
so
standing
dangerous.
there, and you got the nice water on your body. It's great.
Next one. Overrated, underrated. Mayonnaise.
Overrated.
I used to hate mayo, and now I like it a lot. I think it's probably, again, I don't think it's underrated. I think it's rated the way it should be. So I guess underrated, because I think it does add a lot to, like, you know what it adds a lot to? The chicken patty sandwich at Providence College from the Fry Station in Alumni. Mayo makes that sandwich what it is.
Yeah.
In a lot of other circumstances, I don't know, but, my mom says that both you guys are welcome to join us in Maine next year.
Oh, that's so nice of her.
We rent a house.
Thank
you guys
you
are
so
welcome
much.
to come.
That's so nice.
Yeah. Oh, my mom said to keep you safe. She's a pediatric nurse, so she won't let you drown.
Let's go.
Don't you worry at all.
There you go.
But I do like mayo a lot. I really used to hate it when I was a kid, but, like, mayo on, like, a BLT, it adds so much. You know, you get the crispy toast, and then you're looking at me like I'm crazy.
No, I agree with you. I think mayonnaise is underrated, honestly.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay, good.
Well, because, again, I think it goes with so many things.
Mm-hmm.
So many things. And I, for the longest time, don't understand why mayonnaise is such a looked down upon thing. That and pickles, honestly.
I love pickles.
There you go.
Do you like pickles?
I do not like pickles.
Oh, my God. That's
There
the
you
face
go.
of a man who doesn't like pickles, and that's wrong.
I can't believe this.
I feel like I'm the next Howard Stern. I have such strong opinions and everything. But I love pickles.
Tell me. So, pickle jars, though, like an actual, like, bottle of pickles, personally, that's a little much for me. I think if pickles need to go with something, I can't have a pickle by itself. That's too far.
I so can.
Wow.
Yeah. So, like,
Pickle connoisseur.
okay, there's a Jewish deli that's, like, right down the street from my house, like a classic. They got the good bagels. Fantastic. I think they make their own pickles, or maybe they just buy it from a really good place. I don't know. But they have these pickles, and they're so dill pickles specifically. I don't love like the bread and butter or anything else. But
Yeah. Go on.
dill pickles are just divine.
Yeah.
And I would eat a pickle straight at any given time.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, yeah. So the next one, next overrated, underrated question, that I had are, concerts. Overrated or underrated?
I think it depends on the concert. I want to say overrated at some points.
Yeah.
But in others, I'm not I don't know. Like.
Jalen, what about you? What do you think?
I just went to my first one this past July.
Where'd you go?
I saw The Weeknd with my roommate.
Wait, when? Where?
In Philly.
Okay.
Very nice. I think they're underrated. You know, good concert.
Yeah.
The vibe. Nice day.
Okay.
I like them.
I think if you're going to a concert, like, you know what? I'm gonna say underrated. Well, they're too expensive.
Yeah. It depends on the person. Because what? We got some pretty good seats for a good price.
But sometimes I struggle with the idea for, like, I love that the fire's still going. I was just listening to that.
You just gotta get comfy.
Yeah, we're really in it now. But, like, I think that this is how, like, my grandfather felt about baseball, like, or, like, any sport. Like, why am I going to pay a ticket to watch it if I could go see it better from my TV and on my comfy chair? And, like, I don't necessarily agree with that because there's certainly something to be said about the ambiance at any given event. I think especially, like, with baseball. Like, I love going to baseball games. Shout out Red Sox.
Yes, sir.
All right, come on.
Thank you.
Come on.
Reggie wearing his new Yankees hat once again, guys.
I say that as I'm wearing my Yankees hat right now.
For shame. I'm okay to have beef with Yankees fans, so that's fine with me. But I think, like, part of me is like, I really struggle with going to pay a lot of money for a ticket when I could probably hear you better and understand what you're saying by listening to Spotify. But it is completely about the ambiance. Like, if you're putting on a bad concert and I just spent a lot of money, I'm getting kind of sad.
You get a little disappointed.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. I've only been to good concerts, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I talked about last episode, the concerts that I've been to.
Yeah.
And now some of the bad ones are actually kind of entertaining. The Beach Boys in their 60s.
Beach Boys in their 60s.
And the 70s. And just a little recap. Again, Beach Boys, their music, young, vibrant. However, when I saw them perform, they were kind of old, and they brought up some young fans on stage, I guess, in their performance, which was kind of weird, but it was also kind of funny. Overall, though, I'd say concerts, I kind of say they're kind of overrated, not going to lie. I kind of have the same feeling, kind of the same takeaway from all of them. Nothing's like really too groundbreaking from them. But yeah, guys, that was overrated, underrated. I hope you enjoy that. We're gonna play some music real quick from some local Providence College. Some students actually.
Oh, really?
Around here too, yeah. Right. But most of these are people who live in the Providence area. To get their music out there. So I hope you guys enjoy them. This next artist, his name is Protector and the Bear. We played them before.
I think so. I like them.
We'll play them again. So hope you guys enjoy, and we will be right back.
Every little bit helps, every little bit hurts. See, I can tell that you're feeling yourself, but all them feelings come to nothing but words. And I just keep on running through. They just never did anything that I wanna do. Looking out at all these little boys, yeah. Looking down on all these little boys, yeah. don't wanna share with you. Open up the mouth and nothing matters to you. You're past all the moves, you're past being cool, and that can be bad for the room when you see all these patterns they moving and you having to choose one. But don't feel bad if you lose. This game just ain't meant for you if it ain't fun. Fuck walking in heels, get back in those shoes and run. If that's how you lose, just imagine if you won. Girl, you take it slow. Well, I hope you know I don't mind. No. Say, girl, you're looking good on the outside. If you ain't ready to go inside, well, I don't mind. No. See, I just need the time to go out my mind. I keep my eye on my proud side. I don't mind. No. Say, girl, you're looking good on the outside. If you ain't ready to go inside, I don't mind. No. We all pretend we want what's best for you. Heard it from a friend, things ain't getting much better for you. Let us move, and bodies dance, and bodies dance. I saw her in the corner. She was talking to someone I don't really know, but I want her. I saw him in the back, playing like everything was okay, and that's an act. And I just know the way to go. Shove you up against the wall, shove you up against the door. Shove is such an awful word, it pushes all the buttons. See, I know we all just say the words, it's written in the scripts we get it. I'm supposed to take you on, or you're supposed to let me in. And we're supposed to reminisce. Cause love is a privilege, the only question is if you can live with it. Girl, you take it slow. Well, I hope you know I don't mind. No. Say, girl, you're looking good on the outside. If you ain't ready to go inside, well, I don't mind. No. See, I just need the time to go out my mind to keep my eye on my proud side. I don't mind. No. Say, girl, you're looking good on the outside. If you ain't ready to go inside, I don't mind. No. No.
Perhaps I can understand something of what you feel. First, well, it all seems quite a lark. You like someone, he likes you. Everything is fun and affection. Then, all at once, you can find yourself in a situation where your physical urges fight against your reason. Then those fine thoughts of love and affection can suddenly get twisted.
Just can't wait to get you alone. So wet, so sweet, so out of control. You cross the lines that's cut in your dress. I just need to see that hair in a mess. I don't wanna spend the night alone. Take me in your undertow. Treat me like a true love would. It feels so good to know. I'll hold you down, give you what you deserve. Deep breath and hold till you come back to earth. You cross the heart that you sworn to protect. I can feel your blood walk with my hand on your neck. I don't wanna spend the night alone. Take me in your undertow. Close my eyes and hold me down. I'm ready now to go.
You don't seem to understand what life is really about. You young punks go to the movies a couple of times, do a little necking, and you think you're in love. But look at it this way. You just haven't been around enough to know what love really is. Believe me, it's nothing like the slush they give you in the movies.
Love me, love me, love me, love me, love me. That's all I ask for is you to love me. And at night get dirty, little muddy. And when I'm down, push me harder than a buggy. And to keep it real, make sure we solid. That real trust when I'm around you, leave you wallet. And when we argue, baby, let's stay on topic. Cause I could be a smart ass, no college. I'm tripping and tripping with no destination. I dress, but the dick is a special occasion. Come work on this pussy like you in the maintenance. The room smell like sex, I might make it a fragrance. Oh, yeah. All in your court, take a shot, don't miss. Tongue out, high heels, now I'm feeling like kiss. I'm prepared when I see that front door loud. We fucking till my body stiffer than a robot.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
We're back with WDOM 91.3 FM, Providence College Radio. You're listening to The Cooler with Veg and Cheese and special guest Jalen. How we feeling, guys?
What a song that was.
That
Oh
was
my
kinda wild.
God.
Sorry about that, guys.
Guys, you know, okay, so as a preface, right? Again, a little inside baseball on this radio show.
What's
you know,
up?
my uncle also said that he enjoys the fire in the back, so, and I enjoy it too, so I think we should just get it back right now.
All right, bring it back. Hi, Reggie's uncle. Thanks for listening.
Uncle Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Uncle Jim, what's up?
Yeah.
Welcome. Welcome to the cooler.
Also, Aunt Karen, if she's listening.
My goodness.
And Petey the dog. Yeah.
What kind of dog?
I'm not really sure. I'm not good with, all I know is like German Shepherd, Chihuahua, all that stuff.
What? Those were two very specific types of dogs.
Oh, they're two separate
He
ends,
goes,
too.
yeah,
A big dog and a
what?
small dog.
I'm not really sure, Uncle Jim. I'm so sorry, but he's a really cute dog. Yeah, that. So a little inside baseball. So we have to play, local artists and all that. And it's not supposed to be explicit. They give us these songs.
Yeah.
And apparently this one seeped through or something, but
It's a good song.
it just wasn't meant for a, Catholic college radio show. But yeah. Jalen.
Yo.
So you lived in many different places
I have
growing up.
Yes.
Really?
You want to list off some of the places you lived in?
I was born in Maryland. Lived there for what? About 6-7 years. Then ended up in New Jersey for another 6. Finally made my way to PA and been there ever since.
Wow.
So yeah, I've been moving around a lot since I was a child.
Wow. How was that? Like, all that moving? I mean, did it feel like, looking at you now, does it feel easier going from place to place, in terms of just like, because I know some people, at least for me, for me, it's like, I don't really, I've lived in New York my whole life, and I feel very stationed there and all that. Have you moved a lot? You moved?
Yeah.
Did you move?
I moved when I was in middle school.
To where? From where?
Massachusetts. I lived in Rhode Island. I grew up here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I moved to Massachusetts when I was in 7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. I technically lived in New Jersey for the first 2 years of my life when I was not sentient, but I was existing.
That happens.
Yeah.
Jill, so was all that moving, was it difficult? Did you kind of take it with stride?
It definitely, I feel like it gets easier the older you get, honestly, because you're younger.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it gets harder.
I don't know. I feel like because you're younger, it's all hitting you a lot more.
What do you mean older?
As in like, I'm in PA, but like I moved houses, so I feel like doing that and then going to college is a lot easier rather than for me moving from Maryland to New Jersey. Just in that instance, because I was younger, already established. I was like, damn, I'm not going anywhere, and then
True.
I moved.
True.
Just really quick.
Yeah, what's up?
Uncle Jim, my Uncle Jim, just texted into the podcast.
What's going on, Uncle Jim?
Give a little update on Petey. Petey is a Norfolk Terrier.
Do you have a picture of Petey?
I could find a picture of Petey for sure. Oh, 100%.
Oh my goodness. Uncle Jim, we really appreciate you listening. Thank you for tuning into the cooler.
Yeah. Also, the guy from Connecticut who was with us last week. Hopefully he's here.
If
you're here, feel free to call in again.
I thought you somehow got his number.
Imagine.
You're like, he just texted.
No,
like,
no. We're gonna try and figure out the phones this time.
Yeah. Hopefully we can. If they call in, hopefully we can figure. Well, we heard that you just put on speaker.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Now the question is, how do we put it on speaker? Is another issue.
We'll figure that out.
We'll cross that bridge if we get to it.
Yeah. But yeah, so you feel like it's easier as you are older to move around.
Yeah.
And Lucia, you feel...
I disagree. I think it's easier when you're younger. I think it's easier to make friends when you're a kid, but when you're moving around, all my siblings and I, we all had to, pick up and move. I was in 7th grade. One of my sisters was going into high school, so I think she had the easiest transition. But then my brother was going to be a junior, and my other sister was going to be a senior in high school. And I think that's a really, you're getting older. When you're in your teens moving, in high school, you're established. You've been somewhere for a while. And then all of a sudden you have to move, but then you're leaving for college in a few years. So, you have those connections, but you don't, I think it's harder. But...
Jalen, why do you feel like it was easier when you were younger?
I feel like by that logic, I had those big circles in... This is going to sound really sad. I had those big circles in elementary and the middle. And then I get to high school well, I'm here now. Mm-hmm. And I still make those connections, but it's just it's much more smaller circle than it was when I was younger.
That's why I think it's harder.
Well, yeah, but I feel like now you keep people around that you see yourself being with more.
Yeah.
Rather than just, this person's cool, but then I'm not really going to talk to them that much outside of this, and then so on and so forth.
Yeah. I feel like the big transition to going to college or whatever is really when you see who your friends are and like how you feel with them. And like for me, I feel like that was COVID. Like when we got, senior year, when stuff went online, I was talking to the people that I wanted to talk to, and then all of a sudden I wasn't talking to all these people anymore. But like low-key, I was fine with it because I have, I have the friends that I have from high school. None of them are listening. I don't think Laura's listening right now.
God bless them, though.
Yeah, Laura's like my only friend from high school that I still have.
Wow.
But I think college is like where you actually meet the people that you want to spend time with.
Cheese.
What's up, Veg?
You gonna go to your high school reunion?
Oh, goodness gracious. Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I feel like, probably.
You think so?
Because here's my thoughts.
Go on.
I could so see Laura and I.
Yeah.
Once again, she will be here on October 22nd. I could so see Laura and I going there, like, still besties for the resties.
Right.
Like, big professional adults.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that we would want to see, like, I'd love to see my ex. See how terrible he's doing. Or, like, my friends. Like, because in my head, I'm like, my goal is to be like a successful social worker at that time. Like I want to be happy in my life, and I'm sure I wouldn't go if I wasn't happy, but I intend to be,
Right.
So I can only foresee us going just to judge the other people that we went to high school with.
I think that's what we all do subconsciously, at least.
Oh, we don't do it subconsciously though.
I'm hoping that when I go, that I have some hair in my head, honestly.
Oh my god.
I'm being honest. Look, I see my dad. I see my
Is
dad.
he listening? You're so rude.
He's not listening, but he knows.
Okay, that's very probably.
It's the reality, and I feel like it's eventually it's gonna. My grandpa was like that too on my mom's side.
Male pattern baldness goes from your mom. Yeah, it doesn't come from your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who knows? But if it's still there, then God bless.
Would having hair change you going?
I think I'd still go regardless.
Okay.
I'd definitely feel better with some hair. But
here's a question for both of you.
Uh-oh.
Would you guys wear a toupee just ever in your life?
Wow. I wish they were more accepted. I really do wish they were more accepted. I'm serious. I really wish they were more accepted because I totally turned to it.
Yeah.
So I would. I really would.
Do they make different hair texture toupees?
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
If you're thinking about you're 20 now, so you don't have to
I
worry
already have
about
gray
it.
hair, so.
Oh, you do?
I do. I like 4.
Oh, that's
you're fine.
Hey man, my family goes bald it gets gray real quick, and then
it's all right.
It's a downhill spiral ever since.
Well, gray hair, it could look, it could suit somebody.
Oh, there
it
are
could
people
definitely
who rock
suit
gray
people.
hair at like 30.
I'll take gray hair over bald.
People like love men with gray hair, like the silver fox look. Like you guys, you'll be fine. You'll be good.
Thanks, Cheese. Thanks for the little boost of motivation and encouragement.
I just think of like for any of the Seinfeld viewers out there, when George Costanza got a toupee, like that was so funny, and also such a real thing to think about. Like, why aren't toupees more accepted? But then like you could always do like a hair transplant thing. Like it's expensive, but that's a thing that exists. Because then it's like your real hair. It's not like a toupee. I'm just trying to give you solutions.
I like how we're doing like counseling right now. Just like a counseling session.
That's what I do. Just a reminder, guys, that you're listening to Providence College WDUM 91.3 FM. You're listening to Cooler.
Veg and cheese.
Veg and cheese. Sorry, I had to get that in there. Sobs 417.
Has it been 15 minutes?
No, I'm just doing them on the 15. And if we have said it like 10 minutes ago,
right? But
I'm on the 15 again. I'm saying it on the 15 because it's 4:17 right now. 5:17. Sorry.
Yeah, but no, yeah. I mean, I think I would probably go to the high school reunion.
Jalen, you going?
Absolutely not.
You're not going?
I did not go to a good high school at all.
He did tell me about his high school.
It's not a good
place. His school was like interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that something we don't unpack on the pod?
I mean,
can we?
Yeah. Well,
I'll let you lead off and
from what he's told me.
Yeah.
Is that like some of the things he's described to me about what the school does? I was just like, how How is this like? You almost fell out of her
falling
seat.
over, guys. Sorry, I was trying to reposition. I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Please keep talking.
So, some of the things that he described to me was.
Yeah, what's up?
That could have been so bad.
It's really going so far back.
I just saw you like your eyes like open. Oh man.
Sorry. Some of the things he's described. Maybe we should take a minute. Anyway.
So
Yeah.
some of the things that he was describing.
We gotta keep talking.
Yeah, we gotta keep going.
We gotta
okay.
move through this.
Yeah. So apparently the staff,
Like the teachers?
No, like the cafeteria workers.
the cafeteria workers made the special needs kids clean up everything.
Like, yes, sometimes the special needs kids were like cleaning around the cafeteria during like each different lunch period.
Now, guys, just as a preface, before you guys can't see this, but Lucia almost spit out her water when she heard that.
I did. What?
Yeah.
Drop the name of your high school. Let's start shaming them right now.
We're
beef.
doing this.
This is the beef we're creating.
I mean, I don't know if I want to drop Ben Salem High School right there on the
Okay, well.
Yeah, but it is crazy.
It is crazy.
That's horrific.
I mean, that school itself. I mean, I remember they did renovations for an internet cafe that had no internet. Then there was just a whole bunch of mice. Running around.
Gross. Gross. Ew. Yikes. Ew.
Wow. You ever see one a lot? We named him Steve.
You named him Steve?
Yeah, you run on the internet cafe. And we'll see him every morning. I hope he's doing okay.
Is he alright?
I hope so. Because once COVID happened, we kind of lost track of Steve.
Oh, hope he's doing okay.
Me too. Hope he's doing fine.
Goodness.
I'm sure he's doing okay.
I hope so.
He seems resourceful.
Wow.
Should we dive into the cooler question already? I don't know. It's already 5:20.
No, we got some time.
Okay, sorry. So sorry.
Well, a little inside baseball. What are you gonna do?
Sure. So true.
Cheese, did you like your high school? You can rip it now.
I did. Well, yeah.
Yeah?
Well, I liked my high school and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the mentality of my high school was very interesting.
Right.
I went to a really good public school. And so the standards were really high, but as a result of that, there was a lot of mental health issues in my high school, and the competitive nature, I don't know, we go to Providence College, this is considered a bad school basically for my high school, which is kind of wild to think about. Not a bad school, but it'd be oh, you're going to Providence, you're not going to Yale. We had 7 or 8 people from my class go to Harvard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. My valedictorian went to MIT. A lot of people went to Yale. A lot of people went to Dartmouth.
Hey, but you know what though? I bet they don't have a good podcast like this.
Oh, there's no way.
There's no way. They're too busy in the books.
Yeah.
Studying.
Nerds. A whole lot of them. No, I'm just kidding. I have one of my really good friends. Shout out to Dina. She goes to Harvard. I don't know if she's... There's no way she's listening right now. That would be funny if she was. But
sure.
My high school was good. I think it was just really aggressive, and the mentality of my town is not one that I'd want to continue living in. It's just too stuck up and very entitled. I don't know. But it's public school, so why is that? I don't know. Anyway, did you like your high school?
Yeah, no, I liked it.
You went to an all-boys school, right?
I did.
All boys Catholic.
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah. Went to all boys Catholic since pre-K. Wow. A wee little lad.
Wee little lad?
A wee little lad out there, and I was there the whole time. Same school. I lived across the street from it too.
You did?
Yeah.
The whole time? Okay, here's a question.
Go on.
Did you get there on time?
So, I really enjoyed my school.
There it is. This is the thing. When people live closer to school, they get there later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was never there early because why would I get there early? I always got there like on time, maybe like a few, like 2-3 minutes afterwards.
You lived
right?
across the street and you got there late.
Yeah.
You're insane.
Well, I mean, look, it gave me more time to sleep in. You know, I had a nice gingerly relaxed walk getting there. You know, I mean, I can't complain.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. Did you have like the same people in your classes like the whole 12 years?
Pretty much.
Did you like them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was all good.
All right.
Yeah. But you know, I think coming to college, I think everyone kind of like is like, oh wow, my school is kind of like a bubble, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, meeting new people, you kind of like realize new perspectives and all that stuff.
My school wasn't a bubble.
It was not a bubble.
There was 2,000 kids in my grade. Not actually. There was 2,000 kids in my school. There was 500 kids in my grade. 550.
That is a lot.
There was a lot of people.
That is a lot.
Yeah. Not a bubble.
Yeah. That's actually quite a bit. I had like 200.
Hold on, I have to cough. Hold on.
Oh, she is really gonna let it out right now. Oh goodness.
Sorry.
Wow.
We're back. Sorry about that. I had a frog in my throat.
Everyone has a frog in their throat lately at this school.
Oh goodness.
Oh my god.
The illness is going around.
I mean, you sit in class, you just hear a cascade of
terrifying, yeah.
coughs. I mean, it's like an orchestra.
It is an orchestra. The sniffles are real right now.
It's hidden
It
right
really
now at this school.
You got sick last week.
I got sick and, you know, I recovered.
Miss Molly's ill.
Yeah, I got Molly sick. She was sick before me, and then she got me sick, then I got her sick.
I don't believe that she didn't just get sick because she works in a school.
No.
Kids are gross.
Yeah.
You get really sick from kids. They all
Yeah.
have germs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Carrie would get me sick last year. She'd come home.
Really?
Sticky children.
Wow.
And I'm sick. Oh, I just...
Jalen.
Yo.
So you work at Panda Express.
I do work at Panda Express.
Yeah. What's that like working? Because what you've told me is that working drive-through sounds awful. It sounds
I do everything.
terrible. What is that like? Like working drive-through?
You see, like on like a normal morning, it's slow. You get like what 2-3 cars every 15 minutes.
Okay.
Easy to manage, but when a rush happens, where there's like a line around the building, and you just start questioning life. Like, is Chinese food really that worth it?
No, not for Panda Express.
That's what I'm saying. All right.
Not to create beef with your own establishment.
Shouts out Panda Express.
Love them.
He still works there, so he has to shout
just
them
kidding.
out.
But
Shouts out.
Gotta go there on Monday.
Oh God.
But working drive-through is stressful sometimes, especially you don't have like the right people around you.
Do you get like really mean customers?
Oh yeah. What happened?
What's one experience?
I feel I have worse customers when I did work at Sesame Place than Panda Express.
That's right. You worked at Sesame Place. You had worse customers at Sesame Place?
Oh, absolutely.
What is
because
Sesame Place?
it's so you know Sesame Street.
Oh, I sure do.
It's a Sesame Place or Sesame Street amusement park.
Why do I feel like I've been there? That sounds wonderful.
Probably were when you were a little kid.
Maybe.
Saying, so as you were saying,
because at Sesame Place, bad parents rub off on their kids, and the kids get upset too.
Wow, interesting. Have you had any instances where kids were just almost in an inappropriate way, you know?
Oh yeah,
mean to you.
Yeah,
How
kid got
so?
really mad because he didn't win a Cookie Monster.
Okay.
And then his mom was getting mad because she kept spending money, and then she didn't understand the rules of the game. So the kids started getting mad and saying words a kid should not be saying for his age.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh. Well, that's not fun.
It's not.
Do you have a preference between Panda and Sesame Place? Which one you preferred working at?
Doesn't he have to say Panda Express? He still works
I
there.
love Panda Express. Wow. Panda Express is.
He's a company guy. You gotta
so
respect it.
Cool.
He is a company guy. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Shouts out Sesame Place.
There it is. Lucia, what did you do for work? At least this past summer. What did you do?
I was a mother.
Yeah?
No, I was a nanny.
a nanny.
Nannied for the love of my life, Miss Grace. Love her so much. She was 3.5 years old. Grace and her older brother Jack, who was 5.5. But he was at camp a lot of the time. So I got to hang out with me and a 3.5-year-old every day. 50 hours a week ish for the whole summer.
Hmm.
It was great. I colored a lot. I got to go to the zoo.
Wow.
We went to like a splash pad, like water park thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a good time. I mean, I got paid a lot of money. I got to spend a lot of time with a kid. I had 2 car seats. You saw that. I had 2 car seats in the back of my car.
Yeah.
I felt like a mother.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you took care of them for a whole summer.
I did, yeah. Guys, want to hear a fun story about Grace?
Go on.
That I found out about recently, which almost made me cry?
Oh, all right.
Good story.
Okay.
I was tearing up out of joy. So my mom works with Grace's mother. Her mom is a physician who works with my mom at my mother's place of employment. And that's how, like, the whole thing got orchestrated. And for Grace's, like, thing for school, like, in, like, pre-K or whatever, you have to have a picture of, like, friends and family. And over the summer, Grace and I had a tea party once, and I brought her to my house. And we had a tea party with my mom and one of my sisters. And we, like, made finger sandwiches, and, like, we drank tea, and, like, she was in her pretty, like, Elsa Frozen dress. And I put a dress on that day. I got all fancy for her. And in choosing her friends and family picture, she picked a picture of me and her.
Aww.
For the whole class to see, of her friends and
Wow,
family.
that's sweet.
And my mom told me this, and I almost started crying.
Wow.
I was like, that is so
That
sweet.
is-
I
that is
mean,
sweet.
I felt it, though. I was like, she is my friends and family. I love her a lot. I was like, I'm going to pull up the picture because it makes me happy.
Wow,
Let me see if I can find it.
Well, I definitely don't have as many meaningful experiences like that as a golf caddy.
So right, you were a golf caddy.
Wow.
That was us. We were so
That is
cute.
so sweet.
We had a whole tea party. It was very cute.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. You were a golf caddy.
Yeah.
That's bougie. Do you make a lot of money doing golf caddying?
It's nice.
I feel like
It's
you must
nice.
live comfortable living that. You know?
It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's nice, and
Is it as nice as being on Providence College Radio, WDOM 91.3 FM?
you're just getting a professional at this point.
I love it. I love it running off the tongue. It's 5:30. It's what we have to do.
Yeah. I enjoy it. You know, it is interesting. You know, being assigned a member, and you're gonna be with this person for the next 4 hours. Time to get to know them.
Yeah.
If they want to get to know you. Sometimes the job is speak when spoken to. And
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's terrifying.
Is it? I don't
I'm
really
a
consider
small
that.
talk kind of gal. I get uncomfortable with silence. If I'm like walking with like an old man who like doesn't, that's what I assume you were doing.
Most of
walking with
them.
an old man who doesn't want to talk to me, I would be like, I would feel bad.
No, I mean, look, what I assume if they don't want to talk is that they're focused on their game.
Yeah.
You know, they're focused on their game, and you just let them do their thing. You don't interrupt. You know, but the ones that do like to talk, it's nice. Sometimes it's a nice 4 hours. Sometimes when they're not playing good, it's a long 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's a long 4 hours when
What's
they're
your
not doing
horror
well.
story? Give us your worst one.
Oh boy. There's a few. This one guy, I don't know if you know Bill Burr, stand-up comedian.
Mm-hmm.
I was not caddying for him, but he looked like Bill Burr. Okay, so, and he kind of acted like Bill Burr. So imagine like a middle-aged, white, freckles, you know,
I'm gonna pull
bald
up a photo. Yeah.
person, right?
Okay.
And, you know, he had like a nice little Boston accent, you know, and he was so funny and it was so laid back. It was just me and him. We were just having a good time out there.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever he messed up, he always took it out like on me. And he says, I know you have nothing to do with it, but I just need to. I'm just like, okay, yeah. I didn't say okay, but I was like, you know, I was just like, oh, maybe you could have done that better, blah, blah, blah. But,
what would he say to you?
well, he wouldn't say it to me, right? But he would say, like, if he messed up, he's like, that's not the way to do it, Reggie. And like talking to himself. But he's like venting to me about it.
I would
if that
be
makes
crying.
sense.
I would be
Right?
sobbing. I'd be like, I'm so sorry. That's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
Like, this is on me.
Yeah, so I mean, that was one thing, but overall he was fine. You know,
Okay.
he was fine.
Are you sure it wasn't Bill Burr?
I wish. But there's another occasion. This was this past summer. My friend and I were together. We were caddying together. So
Cute.
usually, you go out in twosome, threesome, foursome, right?
Yeah.
If it's a foursome, it's 4 golfers. That means 2 caddies, right? So
okay.
the most a caddy really carries is 2 bags.
Kind of heavy.
It's fine. It's all right. Well, you hope that they're considerate and they don't make their bag heavy.
Right.
So
is that a choice that they make?
I mean, it's not like they're like, we're gonna screw over the caddy.
Okay.
Maybe they are.
Maybe
Who
they
knows?
are.
Some of them,
know.
I'm sure, but they might just have like jackets or whatever in there, an unnecessary amount of golf balls, maybe an extra club that they really don't need. To make the bag more heavy than it has to be.
Do you have to pick out which golf clubs you think that they would do like best?
Sometimes, I mean,
Like, I recommend the 3-iron.
It depends on who you're with.
Okay.
If you got a member that sees you and is like, look at this young buck, I don't want to hear what he has to tell me.
Yeah.
Give me the club.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no problem, take the club.
Here's the club. Okay, go back to your story though. Sorry.
So I was with my good friend Matt Clancy, who
Hey,
is
Matt.
not listening. He's a Mets fan, so he's really upset right now. They just lost yesterday, so I'm waiting. Hopefully they lose today, so I could really let him have it.
For sure.
But so anyways, so it was Matt and I and 4 other golfers, right? I was carrying 2, Matt was carrying 2, right? And so that day, it was a busy day on the golf course. I mean, we're talking bumper to bumper traffic. There were members in front of us on the next hole. There were members behind us. It was just like, I don't know what happened. Yeah, it was
Probably like a nice day.
busy Saturday afternoon. Beautiful day for golf, right? So as our members were getting ready to hit off, tee off, we had this twosome behind us, a father and a son, right? The father was like, he was kind of old. I mean, he seemed like he was getting into his 70s.
Oh, wow.
God bless.
Sure.
Still, God bless him.
Playing golf.
But he started to walk up to us, like Matt and I, being like, if you don't tell your golfers to move it, blah, blah, blah. Like, he was really mad. He was yelling at Matt and I. And
You're
Matt,
kidding.
Oh,
I'd be
he
like,
was
I'm not the
yelling
one
at
playing
us.
golf.
He was, well, that's the thing. You shouldn't yell at the caddy. That's
No.
just like etiquette. You don't
Yeah.
do that. So Matt, bless his heart, calmly said, sir, where would you like us to go?
Yeah.
There's people in front of us and there's people in front of them.
Yeah.
And he was just like, figure it out, right? So then our members see this, right? And the guy that I was carrying for, he's like a big pro caddy guy.
Oh,
He's
nice.
going to get your back. He's like a
sweet.
big caddy guy,
All
right? And when they hit over, we go to their balls or whatever, right? And he comes to us, the members that we have, and they're just like, was he yelling at you guys? And we're like, yeah. And they're just like, that's not right. That's not right at all, blah, 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 right? And so they couldn't stop talking about how messed up it was, right? Then the guy comes over and starts yelling at our members.
Oh my God.
They have a shouting match.
Oh, on the green.
No, we weren't. We were like in the fairway, so we weren't totally at the green yet.
My lingo. Yeah. Okay.
They were having a shouting match.
Wow.
To the point where it's like, are they gonna like fight? Like, what's happening here?
Good God.
Bear in mind, this is a private country club. This kind of stuff doesn't happen. And I assumed it wouldn't happen. And they also said, like, this never happens, right? And so, luckily, no one came to blows.
Okay.
So, we get up to the next tee, right? Finish up at the green, go to the next tee. So then he's coming up at the green. It's right behind us. And our pro caddy guy was like, you know what? I'm going to get him to apologize to you guys.
Oh, my God.
And the other members were like, hey, come on, just leave it. Just let it be.
Yeah,
Let it
yeah.
be. And he's like, no, I'm gonna go over there. I'm going to make him apologize.
Okay.
So he gets down there. He gets in his face. We don't know what they're saying, but they're just 2 middle-aged guys barking at each other.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
In their little golf outfits, And so what we do here is, our pro caddy guy, he's saying, you better apologize to them. And the guy was like, I'm not apologizing. You can't make me do that. You're not going to make me do that. And as he's saying that, he's walking over to us. That whole time he's saying, you're not going to make me do that. and like face to face, he says, "You're not gonna make me do that," and then says, "I'm sorry, guys, I didn't mean to do that. Blah blah blah. It's really these guys. Blah blah blah." You know. So after that happened, Matt and I became little celebrities at this country club because like word spread like wildfire about this. The whole club knew about it. They were just like, wait, and he did this to you guys, blah blah blah. And like a week later, you know, one of the members that was on loop with us, he came to us and he was just like, he brought one of his friends and he was like, "This is the guy that they yelled at."
Oh
and
my
I was
God.
just like,
You actually
"How
were
you
a
doing?"
celebrity. You were like, "That's
we were
me."
like celebrities for like 2 weeks there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, you know, that was another story. Matt's been through some stuff too. Yeah. He's been through some stuff. Like one time this old guy got really mad at Matt and they were like on the green and instead of putting it to the hole, he just like hockey hit it to his feet. Like the ball just flew to his feet.
Ow.
Hitting him with the ball, yeah. And Matt, God bless him. I don't know how he did it, but just had the perseverance to not drop the bags and leave. He finished up the entire round with him.
Would you have dropped the bags and left?
No, I would have kept going. I gotta finish. I want to make the money. Yeah, you know.
Do they tip you guys?
Yeah.
Is it like courteous to tip a caddy?
Yeah, I mean, if you do well, they tip you. Sometimes, rarely, honestly. They don't always tip. There's like, when people say caddies make a lot in tips, it's like, you know, we just make tips. Essentially, to describe it, we just make cash, right? Mm-hmm. The flat rate is a certain amount, and the tip is like if they want to give a little bit more, right?
Gotcha.
But to say like, oh, it's really just tips because like we just make cash and that's it.
Is it like offensive if you don't tip a caddy?
No, not really.
Like if you don't get tipped after a game, you wouldn't be upset?
It's offensive if you don't make the rate that like the country club says you're supposed to pay them. You know? Yeah. And like if you pay them like $15 shy of what you're supposed to get, it's like, what's going on here?
Is it the country club paying you or the person?
It's the members.
The members paying you.
Yeah.
Oh, so then they would pay you on the tip is on top of that.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
The country club says you got to pay the caddies this amount, and the members do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah. Oh, but you know, to be fair, I actually think like 95% of the members there are really nice people. Okay. They're all really nice. You know, you got a few bad eggs, but overall, they're all really nice guys and girls. Nice. But yeah, it was a little story.
Love that.
Of caddying and all that stuff. But guys, we are getting close to the end of the show right now. It's for the people that are listening. Thank you. Thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon with us.
We could probably go longer, I mean, if we wanted to, because the people after us won't be able to make their slot.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, but that's, if you were thinking of tuning in to listen, they're unfortunately not going to make it today.
Yeah, so to any of the loyal listeners who maybe are listening a little early to our show for the Listen radio show, they're not going to make it. So tell your family and friends. You guys could do something else in your Saturdays, 6 to 8.
Should we open up the cooler for the last 20 minutes?
Yeah, you know, we could open up the cooler. Right, we're just gonna, before we do that real quick,
what's up?
Guys, we gotta pay some bills. Okay. So we're gonna be right back. We're gonna play some more local music from the wonderful Providence community. Let's see, who should we play this time? Let's play a little bit of Tom Savage.
Ooh, okay.
This song by Tom Savage is called Burnt by the Sun. Ooh, wow. That's like a fun one. Okay, guys, so we'll be right back.
your list, but when I lay it down for you, you can get the gist. If we're all for me, I could see us making babies and putting in time. Picnics in the park with a bottle of wine. Time unfolds before you know it, the moment's gone. And for all you know, we were meant to be right here, staring down the future like we're staring down the barrel of a gun. And with every passing moment, it's becoming abundantly clear we can jump into the water and let ourselves be burned by the sun. We can jump into the water and let ourselves be burned by the sun. What does this mean to me? Well, it doesn't mean much. This much I can see. I still long for your touch, but I wanna be free. I wanna be free. What do I mean to you? Well, it's all a lot of problems if I only knew. I need you like I need the air, but you know that I do. You know that I do. And up and down, around, again we surrender.
Hey guys.
Okay.
We're back with the last 10-ish minutes of the cooler. Listening to WDOM 91.3 FM, Providence College Radio.
You know, it's a tentative, last 10 minutes. Now that
we can
listen.
certainly
We could go like maybe 5 minutes over.
We could certainly take our time here, guys.
But guys, look, if you have listened to the show before, if not, welcome.
Happy to have you.
Of course. Jalen's happy.
I'm always happy.
Yep, there you go. That's so sweet.
Go.
So this is a part of the show. Yeah. Again, a little preface. The show is called The Cooler.
It sure is.
With veg and cheese.
That's us.
All right. And the whole point of the show, right, is that at the end of the show, we open up the cooler.
Should I dust it off and open it up right now?
Dust it off. Hold, don't open it yet.
Okay.
Don't open it yet. Just dust it off.
Yep.
Get it off real quick.
Ready to open it.
So inside the cooler, we have one question that we really just want to talk about. Yeah. One question that's really just been grinding our gears, really getting at us. Like, we want to know.
It's a thought-provoking.
We need to talk about it.
Yeah.
And the point of the cooler is that we open up the cooler, we get in the cooler, and we talk about it.
We get in there and we talk.
My name is Reggie.
I'm Lucia.
But I'm called Veg.
And I'm Cheese.
And that's Jalen.
Yo.
And so, Cheese, you want to open up the cooler?
All right, let me open it. Ready? That's how we opened it last week.
That's how we opened it last time.
It's a squeaky little thing.
It's a little rusty today.
It's an old cooler for sure.
It's definitely an old cooler. Definitely passed down.
Yeah. Cooler's open now, guys.
Cooler's open.
And the question inside that we're posing today, and especially, I guess, to our guest, Jalen. Why is playing with your food so taboo? What is so wrong with playing with your food?
Let's get the fire going again. Let it get ready. Let it simmer.
Everyone think about the question in your own time, in your own space, and really think about the last time you played with your food. How did that make you feel?
Can I tell you something?
Please.
So, this question was sparked.
Birthed.
Yeah, it came to life.
Yeah.
Lucia and I were in one of the student buildings to study and working and all that stuff. We got a little takeout from the dining hall to eat before we did some work.
Yeah. Didn't do any work that night.
We didn't do any work that night.
We just chatted.
We chatted, and I remember, look, love the people at Providence College, love the people who work at these dining halls.
Truly, really good people.
But oh boy, that food could be pretty bad sometimes.
It really, really is.
So I had a little bit. I picked around at it. I was like, this is good, this is not good. Yeah. Most of it was like, oh God.
You were eating some steak.
It was some bad steak. Why would I get steak at a dining hall?
You got the steak. That was on you.
So, as I was becoming really disinterested in my food, I just started to play with it for a second.
You for sure were being silly.
And I was like, this feels wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then I asked myself, why is it wrong?
Yeah.
And I just remember, the years and years as a child being told I shouldn't do it, and I never did it because of it. And it was ingrained in my mind to not play with your food. And as a 20-year-old young man,
you're ready to play.
Not that I'm ready to play. It's already ingrained to not play with my food.
Sure,
I can't turn that around.
No.
It's
You're
done.
in it now. Yeah.
It's done. But I'm getting to a point where I'm questioning, like, why can't we play with our food? Right?
I think that's a good question.
Personally, I say this, but when we get to that point, 10 years, 7 years, I don't know, from now, whenever I have a child.
Oh, good God.
I don't want my kid to play with their food.
I was going to say, yeah.
I don't want it. Right?
So here's the reason why I could see the concept of growing up saying don't play with your food is because when you're a kid, especially you, the only child that you are, I'm sure you're entertaining yourself by playing with the broccoli. You're about to shoot it across the air, you know? Like, I'm sure you were a menace when it came to, I don't know, I'm sure you were.
I might have been. I don't really remember too much.
Well, no. But whoever have your parents on the pod, I'll make sure to ask.
Let's get them both. Let's have them call in.
But I could so see, like, a toddler, you have to set that precedent. You can't play with your food.
Yeah.
That goes in your mouth. That's not a toy.
Yeah.
And the point that I was going to bring up, and I remember you told me to write it down, and I said, I will remember it, I promise. And I do.
Glad you remembered.
Yeah. In my youth, I was in a elementary school production of Honk Jr. Oh, you can hear the cat on the thing. That was funny. A little ASMR moment when Reggie was putting his water bottle cap back on.
Okay.
I was in a elementary school production of Honk Jr. I played the role of Beaky, which was one of the siblings of the Ugly Duckling in that production.
Wow. So
really a starring role for me. My brother often says that's when I peaked. Yeah, I was in second grade.
God bless.
Yeah.
God bless.
But I mean, I had a main role, so what can I say?
It's a big deal.
Well, for second grade Lucia, it sure was. And there's a song in that musical called, I don't even know what it's called, but the premise is you can play with your food before you eat it, because there's this like evil bobcat character who's trying to eat the Ugly Duckling. And she has this whole song being like, you can play with your food before you eat it, because she was trying to play with the little duckling before she killed him and ate him. And so I was thinking of that. I don't know if you could even find the song on Spotify right now, but give it a listen on your own time. Like, you can play with your food before you eat it.
You can just perform it if you want.
No, but I remember it so distinctly.
Jalen, what about you?
I feel like using that example is it's a 400 IQ play by whoever wrote the song, because the bobcat, I'm assuming, is the bad guy.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to play with your food. So the bobcat's playing with his food, and I'm assuming, you know, I've never heard of this play. So I'm assuming the Ugly Duckling somehow is victorious over the bobcat.
Well, yeah.
And
turns
then,
into a swan. It's the premise of, like, you know, the Ugly Duckling, like the story.
Right.
But it's just in musical form.
Well, you know, here's one thing, right? I thought about this. Imagine you're on a first date with somebody.
Oh, goodness.
Right? Imagine you are, you know, you meet somebody.
Romance
romance is in the air.
Yeah.
You guys have the same things. You watch Friends. I watch Friends. Oh
Butterflies
my God.
were in it.
Things are looking so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
You get there, wonderful restaurant.
Wow.
It's like, oh my God, how is this? This is incredible, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get there, and then they just start playing with their food. They start, like, you know, tossing around the broccoli a little bit in the plate and all that stuff. You know,
That's
if their parents never said, don't play with your food, that's pretty rough.
It's setting them up for failure in the future for sure.
So it sounds like right now we are all we're all coming in agreement, like, why
we know
it
why
should be taboo.
Yeah,
right?
I guess it makes sense.
So then I Googled it.
Oh goodness!
I
said
Googled
research.
it. I did some research, and apparently, there's been like a movement on this to, like, tell your kids to, like, play with their food.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
There's been like a movement, like websites saying like 4 reasons why you should let kids play with their food. There's been, like, I guess, a new, you know, parental change in belief, right?
Okay.
And their reasoning is that, you know, let their imagination run free as long as they finish their meal. Right?
See,
well, where's your imagination coming to play when you're playing with your food?
Well, they're kids.
They're kids. Their imagination stick with their imagination.
Finding anything.
I underestimate kids too much sometimes.
Here's my problem with that, because as we talked about earlier, I spent my whole summer with children, and I can't imagine, like, that I don't like, because it's definitely this, like, new mentality of, like, you can't tell your kids no, you can't do this and that, which I guess, like, I understand a little bit, but I'm also like, if you're setting the precedent that a kid can be like whipping their food around their plate and that it's not important, like the main priority is not just like getting the food in the mouth. If you're sitting at your own dinner table and doing that, and then you're out at a restaurant with a kid and they like will not eat if they can't play with their food, like I don't think that's appropriate.
Well,
So I disagree with this movement.
well, we can't really have too much say on it right now.
No.
It's out of our bubble, but
Hit me back in 10 years. Hit my line in a while, and I'll see how I feel.
Get you back on the podcast.
Coming back to WDOM.
Yeah.
91.3 FM, Providence College Radio.
Guys, look at that. Look at that.
6 o'clock.
Right on the dot.
Let's go.
Wow. Well, to all the people listening, we thank you so much.
Yeah.
For just spending the afternoon with us.
We really appreciate it.
You know?
Yeah.
And what do you guys have up to for the rest of your evening? We hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Whether if that's maybe going out to dinner with some friends, maybe seeing a movie.
Alone
for both of those things.
Yeah. Maybe you're going to a club. Maybe you're just hanging out watching like TV in your house by yourself.
Depends on what makes you happy on a Saturday.
Enjoy your time.
Just make it for you.
Have the kind of day you deserve.
Yeah. So, guys, again, thank you so much for listening. And Jalen, we want to thank you for coming on the show.
Yes.
Really appreciate it.
Nah, pleasure's all mine.
You're our first guest.
You are our first guest.
Pulling up some good music, I see.
Yeah, we're gonna leave some music for you guys as we head out. Cheese, do you wanna say anything? Anybody wanna shout out?
Again, shouts out to my dad. It's his birthday. Happy birthday.
Hold on, my uncle made a recommendation when it comes to the birthday song. Real quick.
All right.
So we're just gonna play this really fast.
My life. I think just like have everyone. I hope you have a really good week coming up. Enjoy the holiday. You got Monday off probably, so that's nice. And you know, just God bless Go Friars. Spend time with people you want to spend time with. Enjoy yourself. And we hope that you tune in and listen in next week, Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. WDOM 91.3 FM, Providence College Radio, or Radio FX, and you can search up Providence College, and here we'll be. I think that's all.
Guys, look, on a Saturday, when it's 4 to 6, what are you doing?
Oh, you gotta be listening to the cooler.
Well, not even just this. Pretend the cooler didn't exist.
Oh, true. Okay.
What are you doing?
Hey, man, you're cleaning the house.
You're cleaning the house.
Yeah.
No, what are you going to do? You're going to listen to music, but you can do that any other time of the week.
Exactly.
You're doing some homework?
You want to...
got some good background sounds?
You just want to relax a little bit, you know? And we want you to know that when it's 4 to 6, we're going to do our darn best to make sure that whatever little, house activities you're doing or just relaxing, that it's nice. Yeah. So we hope that next week and the week after, if you're free, to join us and get comfy in the cooler with us.